3, 2, 1. That was together.
That waveform's crazy.
Yeah. I can already see it.
Yeah.
Welcome in. Episode 7, $1 Million Radio. Glad to have
The #1 Roblox review channel. I'm sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, Jacob's back, everybody. Jacob Fine in the studio. Woo, 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 woo. Also, Griffin Watts. Rocking.
back.
He is back. He's back 2 weeks in a row.
3 dudes, 2 mics,
You do
1
the math.
room.
You do the math on that one. Welcome in, boys. It's good to have everybody here.
We're raw dogging this one.
Yeah, we kind of are, dude. The setup's a little weird. Had some interface issues with the mics and stuff, so...
Wait, no, we need to do a new segment. It's called Issues of the Week because
Yeah.
it's cool. Like it's a big cool segment and it'd be different every week.
Yeah,
you know, like that's what it has been.
It has been different, something different every week.
Like
I
one
can
week,
attest to that.
one week Skylar recorded in slow motion.
Yeah.
Like it was
Yeah,
weird.
that was
Like it was
tough.
like a crazy frame rate or something.
Yeah. So we were testing it out the day before, and we recorded my dog in slow motion just to show that these new cameras can do that type of thing. And I didn't think to, change it back because we turned the camera off, everything, and deleted everything, make up space for it. And then I went to record, and I noticed because there are numbers on the screen. If you see, it was going like this instead of just like one every second. It was like this. And I was like, that does look weird. And so then I loaded it into my computer after we recorded. Bro, it was tough trying to line up every frame with our voices and stuff.
Yeah.
I found the closest percentage was 212.49%. Oops.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So there was a lot of trial and error. It took forever to edit that podcast, but
We're
here
back
we
at
are.
it
Yeah.
this week. Got me and Nico Iamaleava next to me. Yeah. And they got the biggest Jordan Love glazer in the world.
Oh, I was wearing my Jordan Love shirt earlier today before I
okay.
took a shower.
So, honestly, since I've been on, there's been so much happen. We didn't do it after we beat Oklahoma, right? We didn't go over that game. We didn't go over the loss to Arkansas. And then now we're just getting to Florida. We just beat Florida. Talking about Tennessee, of course. Man, I don't know what happened with Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, I will say we are undefeated every time we do an episode before the week of a game. And I was on my trip to Florida the week of the Arkansas game. We did no episode. And not only did we not cover, we lost.
Yeah, like crazy. I don't know what happened, if I'm being honest, because it's like, is it with the offensive play calling? I mean, our O-line? I mean, there's just
There's a big pot of things that are stirring up for us to be unsuccessful.
Well,
and it's something different every play, it seems. It's like basically what Heupel is saying is we need all 11 guys to do their job every play, which is easier said than done. But when you have receivers getting open and Nico overthrowing the ball, or you have receivers getting open and Nico not have enough time to throw the ball, or
intercepting,
yeah.
blindside fumble,
or you just have the receivers not necessarily running the wrong routes but making the wrong reads and then not mentally connected with their quarterback on what they're doing out on the field. We're lucky we won against Florida. That's for sure.
real. I'm not even mad that we dropped out of the top 10 rankings. I don't think we look like a top 10 team necessarily. Well, you could say we look like a number 11 team, but top 10's kind of stretching it. I am kind of mad that Alabama's still in the top 10.
See, that I'm not gonna lie, I expected us to drop a little bit.
Yeah.
But when we beat Florida by 6, an unranked team at home, and Alabama barely squeaks by. Barely.
Like, South Carolina had all the chances that you could
They had
imagine.
an onside kick. They intercepted, what's his name, Milroe a couple times.
Two-point conversion attempt.
2-point conversion attempt was...
Missed field goals.
Yeah, so they had plenty of opportunities to lose that game. They win. It was another home game to an unranked conference opponent. Alabama stays at number 7. Tennessee drops from 8 to 11. Just doesn't make sense to me.
And I'm not even asking Alabama to drop out of the top 10, honestly. Like, I just don't think they're number 7. I mean, you lose to Vanderbilt. And honestly, right now, Vanderbilt's playing with more heart than Tennessee and Alabama. It seems like more heart. I'm not saying
they smacked Kentucky.
I'm a little worried about them.
I thought it was going to be a close game at the beginning of the year. I was talking to someone about it. I was hoping it would be a competitive game. Now, was I expecting Vanderbilt to beat Alabama? No. I'm thinking it's going to be close with Tennessee, but them beating Alabama and then Kentucky, it kind of makes it like that's going to happen. You know, it's going to be a good matchup. What do you think, Griffin?
See, I felt like that it was looking to be a good matchup since the first week of the season
when they played Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech, yeah. And just from that moment, I was like, all right,
it's a little different than their past.
Yeah. I said before the season they were due for a good year.
Yeah.
For Vanderbilt standards, maybe 7 and 5. 6 and 6, something like that.
Bowl maybe. Right?
Yeah, get into a bowl game.
The Music City Bowl.
I didn't realize how much of a winner they had at quarterback. Diego Pavia is a dog for sure.
I think Tennessee right now. Okay, first of all, Alabama, you let a hospital beat you. And then second of all, I think Tennessee, the way we're playing, yes, we beat Florida. Yes, we beat Oklahoma. But, man, I don't know if Alabama is going to be a competitive matchup. I really don't. I don't know. I thought maybe we would beat them, but that was just based on early projections. And
it opened up as Alabama a 2.5-point favorite. Yesterday it was 1.5.
It'll be a good close game, but it's like
I think if there's a week we're gonna get it right, it'll be this week.
We got to. I mean,
we got to. Yeah.
If we want to make the college football playoff, I think we got to win.
Oh, for sure.
Because you can't lose to Arkansas and lose Alabama and maybe probably lose to Georgia. And
you got to
think.
You got to think. 3, maybe 4 teams from the SEC will make the playoff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Texas.
You got Texas, Georgia, Texas, Georgia, maybe Alabama. Alabama might drop another game or two. Who knows? Maybe we get lucky on that end. But you also got teams like Ole Miss and LSU who are kind of in the Tennessee tier in the conference where they might get in ahead of us if we drop a game to Alabama and Georgia. If we have 3 losses at the end of the season, I don't think we make it.
And how does the SEC championship work? Is it just the 2 1 seeds play each other?
So
it's not even that. It's the 1 and 2, right?
It'll be the top 2 teams in conference standings at the end of the regular season.
Okay.
There's no East and West this year. It's just 16 teams, all in one power conference, if you want to call it that, and so the top 2 will play each other.
I'm not saying this will happen, but if Vandy did pull off the unthinkable, and they beat Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
The committee's going to have a absolute field day.
Yeah,
it's going to be very tough. I mean, you have Vanderbilt beating Alabama.
Texas will drop to number 3. Vandy will still be unranked.
Yeah, for real.
In the eyes of the committee.
But, like, I'm saying, like, and I honestly don't think Vandy's going to do it. But I'm just saying, like, if you have Kentucky hanging close with Georgia, but then Vanderbilt blowing them out, Vanderbilt beating Alabama, Kentucky beating Ole Miss, it's going to be such a hodgepodge of competitiveness, that there's going to be some teams that are upset. For sure. There's going to be some teams that feel like they deserve it, which honestly you can make a case that most of them deserve it, or you can make a case that they don't deserve it. There's only going to be 2 people that get to that point. So,
well, see, I feel like at some point this playoff system is going to normalize, SEC and Big Ten schools losing 2-3 games a year. And maybe that brings everybody down.
The standard.
To where everybody's losing 3 games a year.
Yeah, that's true.
Just
the only team
each conference has, 16 to 20 teams at this point.
Super
and
conference.
Anything could happen.
Yeah. There are 3, 4 undefeated teams.
There's 11 right
well,
now.
in like the power in the main 3 conferences really. You got Miami in the ACC, you got Texas, and Oregon and Penn State are the 4 that I'm thinking
and then
of.
is BYU still undefeated?
I think they are, but
Indiana.
Yeah,
I don't.
But hey, did you see that quote that dude, that the coach of Indiana had?
No, what was it?
He said, Google me, I win.
Hey, that's hard.
Yeah. I think he said it's like as simple as that. Google me, I win. Like, it was one of the toughest quotes of the year. Is Josh Heupel like even? Was he the brains of the offense? Because that was my understanding, which I didn't keep up with it as much in 2022 when we had that explosive year.
Yeah.
But we're harping on the negatives right now. We'll get into more of a recap, but we're kind of just talking our feelings off, or I am at least. But it's Brittany, bitch. But I always thought Josh Heupel was like this offensive-minded coach, and maybe he is. Maybe he's a really well-rounded coach, and he had Alex Golesh here making
Golesh,
Golesh. But I'm saying, like, he had
Gabagool.
Yeah, he had him here. Is it just a mix of them, or was it just mainly Coach Golesh?
So
was it Golesh?
Yeah, Golesh. So Alex Golesh was his offensive coordinator at UCF, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
He came with him, along with Danny White, Josh Heupel, all to Tennessee. And he was the OC for the first 2 years and then accepted a job at South Florida.
Yeah.
He's at USF now.
Head coach.
USF is a pretty decent team now. They're giving Alabama fits the last 2 years. They have a winning I think they made a bowl game last year. I think they have a winning record right now. I'm not sure. But now we have Alex Halsey, who was the quarterback coach while Golesh was here. And so now he's the offensive coordinator with Josh Heupel. I think Heupel is still the one calling the plays on offense. But I think it's just, I don't think the system is not working. I don't think that's what it is. I don't think that necessarily defenses, I think they've taken a step in the right direction because this offense is kind of taking over college football. You have a lot of teams that run the no-huddle spread type offense like Ole Miss does with Lane Kiffin. But like I said, every play we have seemingly is a bunch of like could have been plays. You know what I'm saying? So you have one guy miss a block on the line, it's going to be tough to make a play. You have an overthrow from your freshman quarterback, redshirt freshman, still a freshman. He started 7 games. Mm-hmm. Overthrow from him, it's hard to make a play.
Yeah.
You have receivers not on the same page, hard to make a play. There are definitely things that I would like to see us try to do. Dylan Sampson has been our workhorse. It's a little tough.
He's a mule.
He really is.
He's awesome.
But all these handoffs up the middle, you hand it off to him hoping he can get 5 or 6 yards. And sometimes he does. A lot of times it's just a 2-yard gain or he gets hit in the backfield.
Really frustrating to watch as a fan, obviously.
So what would you do? You, instead of just running him up the middle every time he gets the ball, maybe spread it out. Maybe have him run some sweeps. Maybe put him in motion, a little quick throw out to the flat. Get him in open field. Run some screens, something like that.
I want a toss, dude.
An option, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Get him to the outside and let him make some plays in open field.
Are you suggesting that's what they should do?
I think they should.
Yeah, that's good. I think so, too.
So I would like to see that. I also just don't think, as good of an athlete as Nico is, with him being as young and inexperienced as he is in the SEC, I don't think Heupel necessarily has full confidence and full trust in Nico just yet. Just yet. Okay.
It's hard. It would be hard to, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, for such a young quarterback.
But I mean, he's gotta make his mistakes and learn from them. He's gotta go into these Arkansas, and we got to go to Georgia in a few weeks, and these tough environments on the road in the SEC. That is a week in and week out thing. I don't think I see a lot of people comparing him to Joe Milton. It's a little different with him being a redshirt freshman as opposed to a 5-year senior. You know what I'm saying?
So figure it out anywhere he went.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, I don't think.
Now he's in the Patriots.
Yeah, I think Joe was. I think he was a decent quarterback. I would have liked to see him run a lot more, maybe as a Jalen Milroe does with Alabama. I think he was more of that type of quarterback. He can make some throws on the run, but a lot of times he has just too strong of an arm. He doesn't know when to hold off or put some touch on it. Yeah.
He honestly has a lot of potential.
Ooh, Nico or Joe?
Both. I'm talking about Joe, though. I'm saying,
Yeah.
If he actually could dial it in.
Yeah, I think he could be a pretty good NFL quarterback if he, gets some experience under his belt and gets a chance somewhere. Same with Hendon Hooker. But as far as Nico goes, man, I think it's just kind of work in progress. And nobody, if you were expecting a national championship as a Tennessee fan this year, you're delusional.
Call me delusional, then.
We we have a very good team. Our defense has done their job. I mean, they held Arkansas to 19 points. We lost. Held Florida to 10 points throughout the whole game until they let up one last touchdown at the last 30 seconds or so, right?
Yeah.
And so I think Griff, when he was on last week, I told him, I was like, I don't think Florida scores more than 10 points. And until the 30-second mark in the fourth quarter,
You're
they
right.
had 10 points. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good call.
So I would have liked to see us, win without going into overtime.
I'm not even mad about that. I'm not mad.
Yeah. I mean, boys, we beat Florida.
I know, like that's awesome.
We beat Florida. So many people are negative.
It's such a culture shift. I'm not even
Yeah.
happy that we beat Florida. I'm like mad that we're throwing screen passes.
Nico is undefeated against Florida. Okay, he is what 2
As a starter.
As a starter, 2-1 in the SEC play, right? The one loss to Arkansas.
And Arkansas always is a tough fight, along with Florida. But like
Arkansas is a good team.
haven't we always had kind of a little bit of trouble going into into Arkansas, like at their place?
Yeah, we don't play them a whole lot, but when we do, if we got them on the road, it was back in the Darren McFadden days and stuff like that is what I remember. Like it was tough to beat Arkansas.
Yeah,
they're a hard-nosed football team,
and they're very good. They're just underrated.
I agree.
If people think, oh, you lost to Arkansas, but it's Arkansas. Like they're very underrated. They're very good defensively.
They were hitting us in the mouth.
Yeah,
It was right there.
yeah. And honestly, I don't even see that loss. I mean, Alabama lost to Vanderbilt the same night.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even. If I was an Alabama fan, that's way worse than being,
Going into
losing.
this, I'm glad I'm a Tennessee fan and not an
Exactly.
Alabama fan.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think Alabama knows who they are yet. I think Tennessee knows who we are. We're just not. It's not all clicking just yet.
But right now's the time where it's like it's okay if not everything clicks.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're gonna get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, and maybe everything clicks this week and we win. If we beat Alabama, guys, don't storm the field. That's all I gotta say.
Why?
This is
No.
This is not Nick Saban. This is not the same Alabama team. They just lost to Vanderbilt 2 weeks ago.
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like
It was justified.
a couple of years ago, we were not on Alabama's level as a program.
Yeah.
I think now we're right at the same level as Alabama. It's kind of evened out.
Yeah.
So we gotta have pride in going in to especially Neyland Stadium, knowing that we can win this football game.
I agree.
Which I did see a quote today. So DeBoer's already started a little bit of a fire trail.
Bro, it's AI, dude. I know what you're saying. It was an AI video.
No,
saying-
it was just a picture of what he said, what I saw.
Was it about like
How Tennessee's not
he was
place to worry about.
Yeah, no, that was from an AI video.
Okay.
You got Griff. You got.
I coached at Washington. I know loud, all due respect to their fans, but I don't see noise being an issue for us.
Old man Griff
can't-
over
you
here.
can't- you
Old
can't-
man
You
Griff.
can't trust nothing
You can't
anymore.
trust the internet anymore.
It was
I swear.
like his post game or maybe a press conference
Yeah.
a couple of days ago, but you could tell his mouth was morphed and saying whatever.
Hey, my dad. Look, I love my dad. He said that the fans are already turning on him a little bit because he's obviously it's like you can't
How
replace
he
DeBoer?
lose to Vanderbilt.
I mean, and you can't replace Nick Saban. It's like Pat Summitt. You can't ever replace Pat Summitt. The first few coaches are going to be, transitionary until you find the right one. And this dude may not be transitionary. He may be the right one right off the bat. But my dad was just telling me that people are like mad that he doesn't act or doesn't look the way Nick does, and doesn't necessarily coach like that. Which I don't know. That could be true. Could not be true. But it's just interesting how much it's like the honeymoon phase wore off so quick. Once they lost 40-35 to Vanderbilt, it's like so so this is what we got now, right?
Yeah.
This is it. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm if you're a Tennessee fan, it's a better position to be than an Alabama fan because it's like you're seeing your program get better every year, and you're not gonna have Hendon Hooker every year.
Yeah.
Obviously, right?
I think Alabama has more to lose in this game than
exactly.
Tennessee does.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Does that mean that they know that and they come out and play real hard? I mean, they're going to play real hard.
Oh, yeah.
They're in Neyland Stadium. They're going up against Tennessee. There are still people on this team that were there a couple years ago, so they know what to expect going in. Jalen Milroe, I'm sure he was the backup behind Bryce Young back then, I think.
Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting.
Predictions.
Boys.
Predictions.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Griff. Give me your prediction for this Saturday, the third Saturday of October.
3:30 kickoff.
Alabama at Tennessee, Neyland Stadium.
It's a sin it's not on CBS.
Yeah, it's weird.
That just breaks my heart right there.
Yeah.
But
Give us a first half prediction. Give us a second half. Like a kind of like the final score prediction. Like two different things. Because last year Tennessee won the first half. It was like 28-10, right? So maybe like 21. I think it's 28-10 though, right? So
might not have been, but I can't.
it was like a ass whooping though in the first half. So
Which I feel like, God knock on wood, we don't start off slow like we have been the last 2 weeks. But
you
I have
cannot.
a bad feeling it's coming.
That's what I'm saying. We cannot start slow. We cannot do what we've been doing unless our defense holds. Our defense saved us versus Florida.
Almost saved us against Arkansas.
Really, like legit. But
We could have had
say,
Nico
like,
a game-winning drive at the end.
14-7, 14-10, maybe at halftime, and then
Who's up?
Bama.
okay, that's not bad if you're Tennessee
And
though.
then I have a feeling slowly Bama will just pull away.
Final score.
Probably, let's say 35-21. 35
That's not
20.
honestly. That's not an awful loss, but it is convincing. If you're Alabama, like you convincingly beat Tennessee, unless it's close all up until like the last 2 minutes and you score. But 35-21, I hate it. I can see it happening. Just depends on which Tennessee team shows up.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I think, personally, like you were saying, it's going to be a kind of a low-scoring half, probably 14-10, maybe 14-7, maybe 10-7.
Yeah,
because
I know the defense will make it a dog.
our
fight.
defense is going to, if they keep performing, this is all based on what I've seen, our defense is going to keep us in it. Definitely the first half, probably first three quarters. If we see the Alabama that played Georgia, where they're scoring 28-0,
Yeah, we're done for.
we very
If
well
the
could
offense
be.
Doesn't show up.
But this is a shattered Alabama. This is an Alabama that barely beat South Carolina, lost to Vanderbilt, kicked Georgia's ass, but nearly lost that one, right?
Yeah.
I think Alabama's going to limp in here. And kind of like how they did in 2022. They were down at one point. They came to Neyland Stadium. We were winning, but then they clawed their way back. So, honestly, I think it's going to be a dogfight in the first half. 10-7, 14-10, 14-7, within one score range. I think the second half, and this is, I'm going to go the optimistic route. I'm not going to go the the pessimistic route. Griffin
Tell us
going.
what you think will happen, Jacob.
I think we're going to go up by 10 points in the third quarter. Alabama will make it a one field goal game in the fourth. We're going to probably kick another field goal, and then we're going to stop them when they try to make their game-winning touchdown drive.
So you think we win by 6?
Yeah. And if I'm wrong, I mean, that's fine if I'm wrong, but that's just like, that's kind of what I think will happen. I think it'll be like so close and so tense. It's like,
Yeah.
our defense has to win us the
Yeah.
game.
So-
And Alabama can't stop the run, right? I don't
So-
think Alabama can.
I went back and looked at the Tennessee film against Florida and the Alabama film against South Carolina. The Gamecocks were getting a lot of pressure on Jalen Milroe. And they have one of the best young defensive ends in the country. I think his name is Kennard.
Yeah.
Something like that.
He
Number
was
6.
a dog versus
He's-
them. He sacked.
yeah.
He had so many
He's
sacks.
been he came into that game with like 5.5 sacks, and I think he got another couple against Bama.
Yeah.
So what I think we need to do is, one thing that worked well with South Carolina, they would bring 4 down linemen on defense, and they would have either one linebacker spy Jalen Milroe or send a delayed blitz along with a stunt. Y'all know what stunts are?
No, explain that.
Defensive line. So like you've got the 4 defensive line
Just normal.
lined up, and then So a stunt is basically two of them working together where one will go this way and this one goes back around.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
like a-
swapping-
kinda like a
swapping
pick.
what
Yeah,
gaps
yeah,
are
like a
to
pick.
read out.
Okay.
And it confuses the offensive lineman. This guy will go this way and get the guy that goes front, and then the other guy comes around
Kind
to
of
a wide.
pins his teammate
Yeah.
against him, right?
Basically.
Okay, yeah.
So
Draymond Green.
we
style.
need some stunts.
Okay.
We need some delayed blitzes from the linebackers. Maybe have a quarterback spy. I don't know how you do all of those in one play. I'll leave that to Tim Banks to figure out. But
14 players on the field, top deal.
yeah, but
Oregon.
do something like that. Keenan Peely is out for the season.
I think they said Key and Peele. I was like, what?
Keenan Peely is out for the season, torn ACL. So that's going to be a big loss, our middle linebacker. So got to figure out a way to keep Jalen Milroe contained, right?
Always got to have a person on him. Always.
Always have a linebacker spy. Maybe even have James Pierce act like he's coming and then just kind of drop back and keep his eye on him or something. Somebody
Something.
athletic enough and strong enough to be able to bring him down in open field. So
If he beats us with his legs, I'm going to be pissed.
I will be too.
I'll live with it if he beats us.
we saw what
throwing it.
DJ Lagway did with Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, he did the same thing.
Yeah.
He was able to scramble around a lot, and one thing that really won us the game was the crowd.
That's true.
I don't
the
know if y'all
kneeling effect.
noticed. I don't know if y'all noticed. Every time the ref would come on, you could barely hear him. Every time the band would play after a big play, you could barely hear the band. You know how loud you have to be to barely hear the Pride of the Southland marching band?
That compression was working overtime, bro.
Oh, yeah, for
Like,
sure.
Dude, that TV compression they had.
That-
he would start talking. He stops talking. Like,
The
it's just like-
production
Oh my
audio
God.
engineer.
It was
and
smoking. The mixer was smoking.
yeah.
No.
So, I don't know. I think
Give us a prediction. I like your analysis. First half.
if our defense comes to play, I think we'll be able to hold Alabama's offense in check. They'll probably get to 24 to 30 points, maybe
Total in the game?
31. Yeah.
Okay.
Because, I mean, Ryan Williams, man, he's a stud, dude.
He is.
He-
All respect to him.
17 years old, just cooking everybody in the SEC. He's got
Insane. Do you see that catch? Was it versus? It was versus Vanderbilt. He was like,
down
went
the
up for it, and
sideline.
he was getting pushed out of bounds.
I mean, he's got that instant acceleration. Like he can be stopped and then just be running full speed.
yeah.
He's insane.
He
His
can change
body
speeds.
control
Yeah,
is
yeah.
in midair, just go up and get it, and also move out of the way from the defender. It's crazy. Like he's a
I guess
stud.
he just knew he had amazing talent he reclassed to be able to play younger. So I
He
guess
decommitted from Alabama too at one point, and then Kellen DeBoer was like, "No, we need this guy," and he went out and got him.
Wow.
So props to DeBoer for that. But
Yeah, for
I think I'm not too convinced on how good Alabama's defense is.
they can't stop the run.
They can't stop the run, so we'll see. We got Dylan Sampson. I will say we lit them up in the passing game against them
In 2020.
even last year a little bit until the second half. But 2022, that Jalen Hyatt has 6 catches, 5 touchdowns, and 200 and almost 300 yards.
Unreal.
They couldn't
That
stop
stat
us.
line was unreal. It was like, what was it? 6 catches, 5 touchdowns. you
Yeah.
said? Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, so if we can have something like that going for us, it'll be very good. I think maybe Nico will be more locked in and ready to go for this one.
Yeah. And he has something to kind of prove. I mean, like, you beat Florida, which is great, but you lost to Arkansas. So now you're like, I need that statement win.
I think if we can get to 27, 28 points, I think we win the game.
Okay. Because our defense, damn, Griff got the
Struggling over there.
Damn. No. I'll just start. No, but yeah, that's a cool analysis. I tend to agree. I do think I wouldn't be surprised if Alabama has a lot of like really good drives for like a few plays, and then all of a sudden they try to go for it on like a 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and we stop them. Some kind of like how happened with Florida. Obviously, Alabama's quite a bit better than Florida, but I still think our defense is that elite that we'll be able to match that intensity. So I don't know. It's going to be a good game though. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I mean,
You
Alabama
came in here saying Alabama's going to blow us out when you walked in the
Oh,
door.
I know. I know. But you got me hopped up.
Okay, cool. So I think
You got me bricked up.
Because it's just the little extra things that we need to do.
yeah.
And
I
then-
think
It'll be a few small things. A few small things they'll either win us the game or lose us the game.
Yeah.
And you just got to execute. What were you saying?
I will say I would. Okay, there's an ambulance going by down the
It's
interstate.
I called it for Griffin's pickup.
No, I think if we have the same approach offensively that we've had the last 2 or 3 games, I'm gonna be a little disappointed.
Yeah.
I think this will be the game to bring out all the stops, change some things up, surprise Alabama.
Surely,
Trick plays.
surely there's some stuff that we've been saving.
I wouldn't even say like go the trick play route. I'm just talking about like giving the ball to Dylan Sampson out wide.
Yeah.
You know, have him in open field before he's actually give him the ball a few yards away from all the defenders. Let him make a move on somebody and try to break it open.
Yeah.
I think
he's a dog. He'll get it.
you do that. You do more crossing routes over the middle. I'd like to see some slants, some quick plays, because I mean, all these teams are dropping 3 deep. They're playing cover 3
For the
which,
long ball.
Yeah, they don't want us to have those explosive plays, and which is why the last couple of weeks our offense is kind of stalemated against these last 2, Arkansas and Florida.
Run,
But
screen. Imagine running and screening on 3rd and 15. That's crazy.
See, nothing makes me more mad than
It's-
seeing them throw a screen on
You just-
3rd and 20.
I mean,
It's just
even
frustrating.
screens
What are
like
you
they
doing?
work sometimes, but
And-
just running it up the middle is like you're waving the white flag.
And yeah, exactly. And I was giving, the offense, the play calling, the benefit of the doubt. We ran it. We were like at their 10-yard line, at something like that, really close. I think it was actually our own 10-yard. Like if we threw an interception, it would have been like an easy pick 6. So I think that they were being conservative so that Nico wouldn't throw a pick, because he gets the ball. And one freshman aspect about him is he gets the ball, and he already knows who's going to throw it to, and he lets the defense know.
Yeah.
Which that's just inexperience. He could probably get away with that in high school, but you're playing against the best football players in the world when it comes to this age group. So, I mean, if you are getting it and all already looking at it,
Yeah, he does stare down where he's going to throw.
and
quite a
it
bit,
would work if he stared one guy down and then
Yeah.
changed it up or something.
which was what we saw Hendon Hooker do a whole lot.
Exactly. Yeah.
He was a robot. He'd just get the ball, wouldn't drop back or anything. He'd just stand up, go through his progressions,
Yeah.
and
But
he
it
was
wasn't like
supremely
following.
accurate. Yeah.
But that's just something he's learned, and we've won with him doing that. We've lost because of that. Not just because of that, but you get what I'm saying. So, I think, like you were saying, the trust aspect isn't there yet, but it will be. Just give him, 2 more years. I was really pissed off after the Florida game. Even though we won, I was still so mad because I was like, $8 million NIL, and I mean, doing all this, like, I don't know. I was really frustrated. But regardless, I think Dylan Sampson, he does need to get a pitch or a toss. Because when I went and saw the Bengals versus the Ravens, that's what won them the game. That's what won the Ravens the game. When Derrick Henry got it on a toss out to the left, ran 50 yards for Justin Tucker to put in a 20-yard field goal.
Derrick Henry's a dog.
Did you watch that game?
I did.
Did you see me?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well, I was there in the top row. Dude, okay. Can I tell you something funny?
Yeah.
So we don't have to go
No,
through.
you can't.
Did y'all talk about this last week?
What?
This Ravens-Bengals game?
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
Okay, so, I mean, you obviously saw the play where Lamar dropped the ball, and then as he was going out of bounds, he stiff-armed the linebacker, directed the wide receiver to come in
the
throw
end
it,
zone.
touchdown. Yeah, so he fumbled it again in overtime. The Ravens won the toss. They were going to go down and try to get the touchdown, obviously. And he fumbled it again. So this dude, he saw me cheering for the Ravens, because I'm a big Lamar fan. Saw me cheering for the Ravens. He comes down. He's a Bengals fan. Shakes my hand, and he says, "It was good having you." and then it was McPherson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he proceeds to shank it wide left. Because the holder fumbled the ball a little bit. So I look back at him, and he's like,
Yeah.
and then Ravens get it back, and the first play they run is a left-sided toss sweep for Derrick Henry, and that man runs it 50 yards. He gets tackled. I mean, he was about going to get the touchdown, but oh man, they had Justin Tucker to put it away.
Yeah, that was a good game, man.
That
really was.
And I was glad to be there for the game of the year. I told Mackenzie at the beginning of it, I was like, I want to be competitive. I don't care. I love Lamar and the Ravens are cool, but it's like if they lose, it's fine. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to be fun and competitive, and it was.
You got some free football, man.
Exactly. Overtime. Me and her actually missed the first half of the first quarter because I didn't know that the stadium connected, or it didn't connect. It's like two separate stands.
Oh, really?
So
That sucks.
I was like, yeah, baby, we'll just go to the top and we'll walk around because, we didn't. There was like a map of the thing. I was like, should we look at that? She's like, no, that's fine. I'm like, okay, well, we'll just go to the top and walk
Go
around.
on an adventure.
Walk to the top, and she's like, yeah, I don't think it loops around.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why didn't we look at it? I was all pissed. But in reality, I was like, yeah, we'll just get some steps in today, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Get that cardio working.
yeah. Yeah. Army's 6-0 as well, by the way.
Yeah.
Going back to college.
And Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
gonna
know, now they're in the same conference. They're in a conference, and it is the same conference. So,
were they not before?
no, I think they were just independent schools.
Oh, okay.
Well, Navy's been in the American for probably 3 or 4 years now.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
But with them now both being undefeated in the same conference, they can play for the conference championship and then play the Army-Navy game. And if their records stack up, they could both possibly make the college football playoff.
That's not that's okay. So if one of them do win their conference championship, right? Is that a power 4 school? I guess or
It would be a group of 5. So technically, supposedly, they're letting in the best group of 5 team. Hopefully, that's Boise State. But I've seen plenty of simulations in the video game where there are like 5 group of 5 schools in the playoffs.
I need to see Ashton Genty put a whooping on an SEC team.
Imagine that beef. We got to play Tennessee, Boise State round 1. That would be,
No, I need that Oregon rematch.
yeah. You're right.
After
You're
seeing
right.
them beat OSU.
Do you see that they had that intentional 12-man?
Yeah, dude.
That was smart.
Yeah, that was.
The rule probably be changed, I'd say.
That should be illegal what he did. Coach Lanning threw on a 12th man on defense right before the snap. So they basically made sure that there wasn't anything deep about to happen.
Like 6 seconds, right?
Yeah, and then they wasted like 4 seconds off the clock. And so they gave up 5 yards is all that was, and took off 4 seconds off the clock, replayed the down, and that's when Will Howard slid. With
He pulled a
0
Nico.
seconds. Yeah,
he ran it on the last play.
We can't talk
And
shit about
slid
that
to make it
because
even worse.
yeah, we can't even talk shit about it because Nico did it the week before.
I felt bad for both those guys, honestly, because like you could see him like as soon as he slid, man, he looked at the thing and he did this,
Yeah,
and
that
then,
Will Levis.
Yeah, he pulled the Will Levis. But then Nico versus Arkansas, when he went out, you saw him like kind of like on his chest. I think he's like you could tell that bothered him. He pulled a Joe Milton. It happens.
Yeah.
I mean,
Joe Milton's the OG with that move.
I saw a comment. It was like, okay, guys, we get the ball, snap it. I'm gonna run it out of bounds with 0 time left on the clock. All right, ready, break.
Yeah.
But that's just an inexperienced thing. And is the Ohio State quarterback a freshman? Maybe.
I don't think so.
Does he have inexperience? I mean,
I can look it up. I think he's kind of a seasoned vet. I will say, going back to the Alabama game, 70% of the money and 64% of the bets are on Alabama to cover -2.5.
is that in the state of Tennessee?
And that is on FanDuel.
Is that like the state of Tennessee or like
No, I
the
think
whole
I think that's everybody on the app.
I'd be curious. You know how like they give you, certain percent of Tennessee bettors bet this.
Yeah, I think that's on
DraftKings.
DraftKings. Yeah.
I'd be interested to see. I bet there'd be a Tennessee bias because I mean it's only a 1.5 point favorite. So
Or 2.5 now. It's back to
it
2.5.
went back up.
Yeah.
But regardless, that's easily a field goal.
Ooh, over under 56.5 in that game.
Oh wow,
That's a lot of points.
like 30 points each. I hope it's a shootout. I hope it's anything like the 2022 match. I hope it's not like a Kentucky Georgia game, 13-14.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that'd be boring. Or like a Tennessee Florida game, 23-17 at the end.
that's not awful though. I mean, it was exciting too because
It
like
was.
it should have been a lot higher scoring, especially for Florida. But our
I was
defense
at
punched
work
ball
that
out.
night, and everybody was real excited right before kickoff, and then by halftime, everybody at work there was pissed off.
Dude, yeah, I was watching it with Mackenzie and her family, and her dad pulls up the show that they do it during the halftime. They were talking so much crap about Coach Highpool and Nico and all that stuff, and I was like, man, they're brutal. It was funny.
Yeah.
It was really funny, but it was like the way they're talking, they ought to go out there and
Yeah.
try it. But I mean,
Easier said than done, as I
exactly.
always say.
But Florida should have had more points, but we punched that ball out of them.
Yeah, on the goal line, that was
sick.
Such a. There's also a clip. It's like a 2-minute long clip, where it shows Florida backed up in their own end zone. It's like a third down play, or they did something on second down. It was like third and 12,
Yeah.
13, something like that. And then Florida's offense is trying to get everything going for them. And you hear the spooky Rocky Top playing through,
Delay game.
and then everybody gets loud, and they have a delay of game, and then it immediately goes to that. We got the third down for what back?
That's crazy.
That was the first time I heard it. That was
The Lyle Butch Jones era. Right?
yeah. Well, we got sued. We got sued from Lil Jon.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
thought,
you didn't know that?
Oh, no.
That's why they had to stop doing that. Lil Jon sued the University of Tennessee.
wow.
And now,
I thought maybe I'd heard that, but I honestly don't remember.
but now, they would just play turn down for what back then, but on the screen it would say third down for what. So that's what everybody in the crowd would say. And he sued us. But now I was listening to it, and Lil Jon on the audio actually says third down for what. Like, he redubbed it. So I guess they struck a deal with him or something, and he did it.
he
for
may
us.
he may let it be like a universal thing, like
Maybe.
hey, the record
Maybe.
label. Here you go, and y'all can distribute it to whatever college or conferences or whatnot. Maybe something like sync licensing. Every time it gets played,
Yeah.
obviously he gets. I mean, he was probably getting money when they did play that. If he wasn't, that's maybe why he sued.
Yeah.
Too, which
I
he
don't
should
know
be
the full
getting.
details, but
Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. All right, so real quick, Ashton Genty is the front runner for Heisman in the midseason.
a lot of people talking stuff online about how he looks like he's playing pee-wee teams and this and
Dude,
that. He doesn't deserve it.
he would be just as good if he was in the SEC.
I agree.
And you know why? Because
Why?
he'd have the SEC line.
Yeah,
Exactly.
You're right.
Like he would be just as good. He is a dog. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear this disrespect. Look, I think the SEC is the best conference in football, in college football, right? But Boise State, they're the real deal. I think if you surrounded him with all the SEC talent, he would excel just as good. That's just my opinion.
No, Ashton Genty for Heisman. We've been saying it since week 1.
Oh yeah. You said remember the name. I didn't even know who he was.
Yeah. I didn't know who he was until I started playing with Boise State on the video game.
Did you know who he was?
No, I knew who he was last year.
Really?
Trust me.
Nico's been at it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Griff knows his Broncos, man.
Hey, is your pregame outfit going to be a skirt again?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm
You
just
didn't
kidding.
see that?
Nico had a cool outfit. It was like a skirt, though. It was funny.
It was like some
Cowboy hat.
some cultural thing.
Oh yeah, no, just oh god, he's like cursed me. No, I'm just kidding. But it did go hard, and I just think Griffin kind of looks like Nico Iamaleava right now. But
Attaboy.
it'll be good. Ashton Genty for Heisman. I think they're trying to say like Cam Ward for Heisman.
Yeah. There was a video I
Travis
actually
Hunter.
sent my girlfriend. Or no, I sent it to her and you on TikTok. I don't know if you
I
just
barely
opened
open
it.
TikTok,
Yeah.
but I'll watch it when I get the chance.
I don't know if I can add that clip in since it's TikTok, but it was basically like Cam Ward highlights, and then there'd be a piano key strike, and it'd just be Ashton Genty standing there, like how he stands in the backfield like Michael Myers.
Yes.
That meme's been coming out this week.
Have you seen Cam Ward? Like he gets it. He's so nonchalant.
Yeah.
Because I guess his line's probably really good.
He's very cool, calm, and collected back there. He's a very good player. I think Miami's a pretty good team. But go back to the Cam Ward highlights, and then another piano key would hit, and it's just Ashton Genty just back there.
If he doesn't get the Heisman, I mean, it's gonna be a joke in my opinion.
If he keeps up this production all year, yes.
Like if there was like a midseason Heisman,
Yeah, he would be.
and he didn't get it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I have a feeling he's gonna hit 2K.
Oh yeah, I think he'll hit 2K with like 2 games to play.
He said if he doesn't, he'll have to shave off his locks.
Yeah, he said
he don't want to do that.
He said if he doesn't hit 2,000, he'll shave off his locks. If he does hit 2,000, whatever offensive lineman he made the deal with has to get the amount of yards at the end of the season tattooed on him.
That's like so cool. I love that camaraderie.
It's probably gonna be on the ass cheek.
A tramp stamp.
Yeah, if I had to guess.
Oh, he's lined up for a bowl game, and like his like lower back showing. It's just like 2,151 yards.
Boise State at UNLV Saturday. Nope, that is.
What's Boise State's record?
We are 5-1.
Yeah, same as Tennessee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only
Who's
loss
Boise
was to
State play
Oregon,
this week?
which we should have won that game.
Isn't Utah? What's their quarterback? Cam Rising?
He is hurt. He is getting another red shirt year.
Is he really?
Yeah, so
That's what ninth year?
Well, I don't think
I think it's
he's
his 8th.
I don't think he's confirmed it yet, but next year would be his 8th college football season. 2
Dude.
college careers.
If you go in the comments of like any posts that is relevant to that, literally, it's like, bro, get a job. Which honestly, if I were him, I'd be milking the NIL money
Yeah.
too. But it's still funny. It's like, bro, it's time to hang it up. And there's that Miami tight end that this is like his 8th or 9th.
His 8th, yeah.
And then I was actually looking up because I was curious, and there's a punter, I think for Virginia and for Illinois, like there's different punters and all that. They're like 30 years old plus.
Really?
Yeah, I was like looking at the oldest college football players.
That's crazy.
So I think they're more like the Australian soccer players that transferred over here and they have eligibility.
Boise State is on a bye week this week.
Oh, okay.
They play next Friday at UNLV. They're favored 2.5 points right now.
I like that college football is starting to play more during the week.
Yeah.
I wonder what the deal with that is.
I think it happens every year.
Oh,
Like you get the smaller schools that
I love it.
play on 2. Like we got 2 games, or what'd you say? 3 games tonight. It's Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And then there'll be more games tomorrow night, and then Thursday night football with the NFL, and then Friday night college, and then Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
God, I love that.
Yeah. It's like 55, 56 straight days of football between college
doesn't get
and
better than
NFL.
that.
Yeah.
It doesn't get
Until basketball starts, and then it does get better.
Crazy, yeah. And y'all just wait until basketball comes on. I'll be locked in.
Yeah.
But
preseason started.
Yeah.
Dalton Connect's been scoring double digits.
Yeah, I mean,
Ronnie James has not.
I don't think he's been scoring single digits. So. Yeah, but we'll see. Honestly, it should be cool to have Father-son on the court, even if it's not substitute.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, it's funny and all the memes that come with it. Like,
Sucks that they spent a 2nd round draft pick on him, but whatever.
look, unless you're like Manu Ginobili or Nikola Jokic, you ain't gonna get a good 2nd rounder. Or Draymond Green, wasn't he a 2nd rounder?
Yeah, I think so.
So I mean, odds are, I mean, you may have missed on someone, but this draft class was so weak. You might as well go get Bronny.
I don't know what his name is, but I think the Lakers picked up. He's like a sharpshooter and a lockdown defender. I cannot remember what.
Oh,
his name
I
is.
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I'll have to pull him up though.
Pull it up, but I saw some highlights of him the other night, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Oh God." Jacob came in and grabbed my guitar off the wall and started playing that exact tune.
Yeah, it's
like
it's
20
this John
minutes.
Mayer meme.
Yeah. So,
Can you add that in?
basketball's coming up.
Are you gonna add that in?
What?
Can you add in that meme?
I can try. We'll see. I don't know if I did or not. We'll have to see when the time comes. Let's see. Do we have any interesting games this week other than Tennessee and Alabama?
Quincy Oliveri. Right.
Yeah, that sounds right. One that kind of piques my interest right here. Number 8 LSU at Arkansas, favored -2.5. Guess what?
Whoa, they're projected to lose.
LSU,
Oh, no.
LSU's favored 2.5
okay.
with 78% of the money, 84% of the bets on LSU. That's a high number, boys.
It's going to be a good game. That's all I can say.
Arkansas money line looking
If Arkansas's
juicy.
defense plays plays LSU how they played Tennessee, it's going to be a good game, and I'll be watching.
It is split down the middle with Texas and Georgia. Number 5 Georgia at number 1 Texas.
Okay.
Longhorns favored by 3.5.
Wait, who's playing?
Georgia at Texas.
Oh, it's going to be such a good game.
Yeah.
I hope. I mean, it'd be cool if honestly.
This will be Texas's first real test.
It'd be cool if Georgia beat the.
Breaks off of them.
Yeah, I was gonna say a cuss word, but it'd be cool if Georgia really beat the crap out of them, because then the college football community is gonna be like, "What the heck?"
Yeah.
And I would love to see a beaten down, shattered Texas go to.
Because now everybody's saying they're back.
Yeah, and play. I think Vandy plays at Texas probably. That'd be my guess.
I think so. No, I think it's.
Well, if it's a home game, I'd love
Vanderbilt.
to see a Texas that has lost a game walk in there and try to win. Because right now, Vandy is playing with probably the most heart out of any of the SEC teams, I would
Yeah,
say.
it's Georgia at Texas this week, and then Texas at Vanderbilt next week.
Would you agree with that?
What?
That Vandy,
Most heart?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like raw,
Yeah.
Pause. No, but
They raw dogged Alabama, that's for sure.
they did. I immediately knew. I didn't know, obviously, until it happened, but it was 4th and 1, and when I saw that quarterback, what's his name?
Oh, yeah. Diego Pavia.
When he dropped back,
Or Pavia.
I was like, no, he ain't.
Yeah.
And that receiver, he had to go out a little bit for it, but it was still very well placed.
Yeah.
Brought it in. He
a
fell to
great
the
throw.
ground. God, you just had that feeling, And I didn't even watch the game up until it was like 21 or 20. Yeah, I think it's 21-7.
I was flying back from Florida when that game was on.
Did you ever
And-
watch? Did you watch any of it?
No, my dad picked me up from the airport. It was like right before halftime, and Vanderbilt was up. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Well, they're up
What
like
is going
21-7.
on?
See, yeah,
right?
me and Matt started watching it when it was 20-7.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when it got, because I think Mackenzie, she was like, Vanderbilt's up, and I'm like, what? How you know this? So we changed it, and on YouTube TV you can do the multi-view. So we had we had Vandy and Alabama and just a few other. Yeah, you can do like 3 more games on there. So that was amazing. But yeah, I think Georgia's gonna win.
Think so?
I think so. I think Georgia's gonna beat
I would
Texas.
like to. If I'm being honest with you, I would like to see Georgia beat Texas
Me too. I would love to see.
because Texas is an SEC team,
Yeah,
but I want to see them struggle in the
I want them to
SEC
be
play.
humbled.
Yeah,
So bad. And
like I
Georgia-
said, they hadn't. Their biggest test was at Michigan, and we know that Michigan sucks.
yeah,
Michigan sucks.
they do. Michigan's the worst team in the college football playoff.
Michigan sucks.
Michigan sucks.
Michigan sucks.
Yeah. So
So they have not been tested. It was at the big house, but it was no competition. Maybe Texas is that good. They did beat the brakes off of Oklahoma last week.
dude, I was
That was
just
tough.
From the beginning of the game, Oklahoma just couldn't do anything.
Yeah,
on
their offense sucked.
I was hoping for Tennessee's sake that Oklahoma would at least put up
Yeah, no.
a fight, because
I
I was
know, me
like,
too.
dang, make us look a little better. Come on.
The line was like 14.5, maybe got up to 16.5. I was like, there's no way Texas beats Oklahoma by 16 points.
Like what, 36-3 or something like that?
Yeah, it was.
That's what they were saying the whole broadcast. It's like when Oklahoma's not supposed to win this game, they somehow win it.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what they did last year. It was a shootout, and they won
They
by
got
like
the
3
brakes
points.
beating off of them.
But I think Texas is very arrogant. Dua Lipa did wear a Texas jersey, so I kind of like Texas now. Just kidding, Mackenzie. But I would love to see Georgia walk in and get a good win, because lost to Alabama, and that's kind of heartbreaking, right? Because Carson Beck, he kind of rushed that drive, in my opinion, going against Alabama in the last minute. Had a chance to win it, and all of a sudden he's taking shots at the end zone when you have 45 seconds left.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that? Take your time a little bit.
Hey man, why are you doing?
Stop it. Michael Jordan.
We could start a segment like, hey man, why are you doing that?
Well, coming next week.
Yeah. Coming next week is the Hey Man, why are you doing that segment.
Cool. So, Carson Beck, he kind of rushed that drive, in my opinion, versus Alabama.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of thinking, hopefully learn from it. And I'm not a Georgia fan by any means, but I'd love to see Texas get humbled so bad. I'm willing to root for Georgia in this one.
Yeah.
So I'd love to see Georgia drive down the field, beat the crap out of them. I'm not trying to cuss. So, I'm thinking Georgia 30, Texas 27.
There is a bet that I just came across that I really want to put my rent on.
Yeah, right. What is it?
Ashton Genty plus 230 to win the Heisman.
That honestly, what if he?
I will say
I'm
at
not
the
gonna say
beginning
it. I'm not
at the
gonna say
beginning of the season, I should have done it because he was like plus over 1,000.
Dude, I would hate if you did that, but you could say that about any of the candidates. But you put the moment you put the bet down this weekend, they'll have
he'll
an
tear
injury.
his ACL.
Yeah, or hopefully
Knock
something.
on wood. Knock on wood. I don't
Hopefully
want that to
something
happen.
not like that. Maybe just out for 2 games, but
Yeah.
He'll cause him not to win it.
I mean, we all know Hendon Hooker was in the Heisman race, got hurt the last 2 games of the
Immediately was-
season.
He should have been a finalist.
Didn't even get a trip to New York.
Yeah,
Oh no, here we
but
go.
Okay, 30-27, Georgia beats Texas.
30-27.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think and that's maybe a little optimistic when it comes to the.
It is at Texas. They got a pretty good. Oh god, here we go. Bro, those suck so bad.
I love them. And the thing
Those
is, I already had
suck so
Skittles
bad.
earlier. So,
Y'all put those over there before I start smelling them.
okay. Who do you think's gonna win?
I would have to say, Griff, we'll get your input here in just a second as you chew Sour Patch Kids. I will say Texas gets humbled. Close game until Georgia pulls away and wins by 10 points at the end.
Okay, that's pretty convincing, too.
Yeah, I felt a little unconfident in Quinn Ewers. Of course, at the beginning of that Oklahoma game last week, it started off really slow, which, I mean, he threw a pick on their first drive.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Georgia's probably going to walk in here, do their thing. You know, I mean, they honestly, at this point, probably should have beat Alabama with the way that game went.
Yeah.
Down 28-0, and they made it to where Alabama had to score to win.
They took the lead.
Yeah, with like 2 minutes left.
Yeah, I feel like it'll probably be like, you know, a 30-27, 34-27 type.
Close,
One of
but
those shootout close games.
Actually, boys, I just remembered something. I think Georgia might be falling apart. Did y'all see Kirby Smart push the Mississippi State quarterback?
See, I feel like that was a little incidental, though.
No.
yeah,
Who else would he be pushing though? He's
I'm not seeing enough.
he
Bad
shoved him.
I know, but I'm not seeing enough bad behavior out of him for me to think that was like in his brain of like, I gotta push this dude.
Well, I mean,
if
they
it's
are saying Georgia's convict you now.
Yeah.
At this point.
yeah. I think. Oh wait, aren't they whipping out the black and white striped jerseys next weekend?
Oh, God.
State
Georgia
Penn jerseys.
the Georgia State Penitentiary.
I will say, if you're in the state of Georgia, the safest time to drive on the road would be when Georgia is playing a football game.
Yes, 1,000%.
Well,
It just
okay.
keeps happening, man. How can that keep happening, dude? Like 2 weeks ago,
Didn't someone die?
a couple years ago,
Yeah.
like 2 people died in a car wreck.
I think it was like a woman. And
It was
a player or something.
Jaylen Carter, who plays for the Eagles now. He didn't die, obviously.
And wasn't
but-
there? It was one of the defensive coaches. That
Yeah,
was
it was
Oh,
like a teammate and then one of the staff members.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a coach or analyst or what, but they died in a car wreck. And I mean,
Kirby.
obviously that sucks, but it just keeps happening with Georgia, where players keep getting in trouble. They think they run the world down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably falling apart, but I still want them to beat Texas. So, did you say what you thought was going to happen?
Yeah, I think I said Georgia pulls away at the end, but now
Okay.
now I'm having second thoughts.
Okay, we'll see. That's good. It's going to be a competitive game. So, have y'all watched any NFL because I watched the Jets versus the Giants last night.
Boy, Jordan Love looks so good.
Okay, so you're talking about the Packers. Okay.
He looks so
Versus
good,
who they
dude.
played?
Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
And I watched some
Shut down
Sunday Night
Kyler
Football.
Murray defensively. Xavier McKinney did not get an interception. It ruined his 5 games, 5 interceptions.
You jinxed
Streak he
it.
had. Yeah, I know. I did.
So Caleb Williams is better than Jordan Love, obviously. So I'm spitting facts. You mean you got the Chicago Bears? They're what, 4-2? What are the Packers?
4-2. And
Yeah, Caleb Williams, a
hey,
rookie.
Hey, go look at the records of all the people, all the teams that the Bears have defeated. All 4 of their wins are against teams. Every team that they beat only have 1 win on the season. 1-4, 1-4, 1-4,
Well, of
1-5.
course, if it was week 2, then I mean, of course it would be like a low amount of wins.
Well, all I'm saying is
Just
that
kidding. I don't watch the Bears, bro. I just wanted to see you get so mad. And I think, did that piss him off a little bit?
no, bro.
Or-
I'm chilling. I'm chilling.
Dude. Caleb Williams doesn't look good, though. Kind of. I mean, he is human,
He's getting it going.
but he's kind of, yeah.
He's throwing for 250, 300 every game.
Jayden Daniels is, I'm being serious,
Yes.
is better than Jordan Love.
Oh,
I'm
no,
sorry.
stop it.
Jayden Daniels is way
Stop
better
it,
than
bro.
Jordan Love.
Stop it.
He's the MVP of the league so far.
No.
Okay, who's
Derrick
the MVP?
Henry is the
Joe
MVP
Burrow
of
is
the
the
league.
MVP of the league.
Yeah, right.
I mean-
4.
That's
I
true.
mean, honestly, he's the most valuable player.
Like literally,
of-
if Joe Burrow was out, y'all would have 0 wins.
We would be
And the Bengals aren't a 2-4 team. That's what I was
No.
telling him earlier.
yeah.
They're not a 2-4 team. All the games are close. He said that it was within 6 points every game.
every loss.
So I mean, yeah, every loss. So I mean, like it's just a bad luck at the end, just poor execution. on
Man,
the
Joey B
defense.
took that thing to the house, didn't he, dude?
You saw him smirk. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's-
did- yeah, that's
He
ridiculous.
looked like Hector Salamanca
I will
for a
say,
minute.
Do you like Breaking Bad?
Bro, Breaking Bad is my favorite show of
Me
all
too.
time.
Dude, I watched it like 3 times. Me and Mackenzie need to watch the last episode.
Dude, I've watched it 6 times, and I just finished time number 7 with my girlfriend.
Dude, wait, how'd y'all watch it on Skype?
FaceTime, yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
That's crazy.
she came to Knoxville, and she was in like season 4, and we watched it when she was here, and then,
What's favorite? Do you have a favorite episode?
oh yeah, Face Off.
Face Off.
Last episode of season 4.
Oh, where his
Yeah,
literal
yeah,
face.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
No
literally what I
spoilers
was gonna
here.
Bro, it's been out for over
no
a
spoilers
decade.
here.
Okay, I guess my favorite episode. Do you like Breaking Bad?
oh yeah.
Okay, so my favorite episode is where Walter hits the 2 drug dealers with his car.
Oh, yeah,
Spoiler alert!
No, I mean that's no biggie.
And he's like, run. Yeah. What? Do you have a favorite?
It's such a
moment?
badass show.
Well, I was
man.
gonna say the same thing he said.
Where
Face Off.
Homeboy's face is
Yeah.
melting off.
Yo, chill. You didn't have to say the name.
Bleep it out.
Okay, I will bleep that out.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
I can do that.
yeah, because you're over everything.
This is my show.
Yeah. No. Okay, but we were talking. Oh yeah, Jayden Daniels is the MVP of the league, though. What are you talking about? He's way better than Jordan Love.
Let's go look at the MVP.
Jordan Love's kind of a scrub, if I'm being honest.
Bro, let me go pull up his stats real quick. He did have 1 interception this week where the wide receiver slipped on his route and fell as he threw the ball.
Did you see the that's like basically the same one as Aaron Rodgers last night. Did you see that interception?
I was at work. I didn't see a whole lot of
But
that
did you
game.
see the interception?
I saw
at the end?
the
The
at the
replay?
end.
Yeah. So the
Oh yeah, he came down over the top and
Yes.
like dove for the
and
ball.
like,
Yeah,
he like
yeah, yeah.
rolled on his head. It
Yeah,
was
that was
so
a
dope.
that was an underthrow.
And
from
even Aaron
Rodgers.
Rodgers, he was criticizing the refs even on plays that
Yeah.
favored him. you
Yeah,
know?
he's
I
like
thought
that was not
cool.
that shouldn't have been a pass interference.
roughing the passer
Oh yeah, my
because
bad.
he got tackled with the ball.
Jordan Love,
Yeah, how
22 of 32, 258 yards and 4 touchdowns, and the 1 pick that was not his fault.
Wow, that's such a good stat line.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Let me go look at the MVP standings on FanDuel. Let's see what the odds are. What'd you say? I heard something.
Keep going.
Griff over there giggling. Hold on.
It's just the gaslighting that gets me.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, dude. I don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
there are legit talks though of Jayden Daniels being the MVP. Ain't that crazy?
All right, so he is above Jordan Love.
when it comes to like the MVP.
MVP standings: Patrick Mahomes plus 300.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Lamar Jackson plus 550.
Lamar Jackson, second place.
Along with C.J. Stroud tied at 550. Josh Allen 650. Brock Purdy 1,000. All right. Jayden Daniels 1,300. Jared Goff 1,600. Sam Darnold 1,700 and Jordan Love.
I don't know
18.
what was that on the betting market?
Yeah, I'm
Okay. Well, I thought he was like him and Lamar were kind of competing for.
He should
top
definitely
spot.
win Rookie of the Year.
Oh yeah,
I'll definitely say that.
yeah. To me, Jordan Love's just kind of like Jason Tatum. He's always gonna be 19 years old, always gonna not be great, but people are gonna love him. You know, like
I see it a little bit, but
you see the comparison. You see what I'm saying? He's always gonna be my king. He's gonna bring change, but he's never actually gonna do it. And there's gonna have to be someone else that wins the championship for him, kind of like that. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Sounds like a political race that I'm
What?
thinking of.
What?
Talking about bringing change, but can't do it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We're not going to get into politics, but
I'm just saying,
I
dude.
think there's a clear front runner. All right, that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say.
Dude, I'm literally talking about Jason Tatum and Jordan Love, and you got political. This is like Packers fan 101, dude. I showed him this one woman. Her name's Caitlin Gill. And,
Bro, I
yeah,
can't
she
stand
geeks me
her
out,
voice.
dude.
yeah, and he's like, I can't stand her voice. And I'm like, well, that's the typical Packers fan.
Well,
You
I
know?
mean, she was like talking good about the Packers. Like she's a Packers fan, and I just couldn't. I
Yeah.
couldn't listen to her talk, man.
It's them cheeseheads, bro. That sounds like a slur. we're getting political with this. Cheesehead segregation. No, dude, I'm just kidding with you. I'm literally just trying to piss you off right now.
I know.
I don't.
I got thick skin, buddy.
What?
I got thick skin.
Oh yeah, but Jordan Love. I mean, I'm sure he's really good. I'm sure he's a good little sophomore rookie. Top deal. He's a good little quarterback.
Yeah, we'll see whenever he's hosting that Lombardi Trophy in February. But
Oh yeah, what 5 years?
no, in New Orleans this February.
Oh okay. Yeah, well, is it gonna be like a replica, like something you can buy at the gift shop?
No.
Oh.
He's gonna have the real deal.
Oh okay.
Super Bowl
Oh,
MVP.
you said that he was going to take the Packers to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
You just meant he's going to buy a bunch of tickets. I gotcha. Okay.
Looking ahead to NFL action this week, we got the Broncos at the Saints. Denver 2.5 favorites.
Honestly, Saints looked really good the first 2 games of the year.
Yeah.
But now they, what is Spencer Rattler?
Derek Carr's out. This will be
Is he out injury or is he just benched?
Derek
He's out
Carr's
with
injury.
Oh, okay.
Oblique injury. This will be Sean Payton's first game in the Superdome. Back in the
Broncos
Superdome.
versus
Take
Yeah.
the
Saints.
Saints.
I'll take the Broncos.
Take the Broncos.
Personally, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Was it Bo Nix? Is that the quarterback?
Yeah. I bet the Broncos win.
Yeah, I'm going to bet the Broncos win.
They are starting Spencer Rattler. It'll be his first start in the
Can't
NFL.
stand him, but
either.
only because they had the playbook. You know, South Carolina had the playbook versus Tennessee on defense. That really pissed me off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got our get back the next year.
Yeah, well,
in
for
Neyland
sure.
Against Spencer Rattler. Picked him off. Kamal heading to the end zone. One of the loudest crowd pops from last season. Other than the time that Jalen Wright took it to the house against Georgia, first play of the game, and then we didn't score another damn point.
What is it like? We turned up the sliders, the scoring
Yeah.
sliders for that one play, or like we used all our XP for
Yeah.
that one. Yeah.
Sunday morning in London, we have the Patriots and Jaguars. Jaguars favored 5.5. Seems like a lot of points.
I want to say this is probably the worst thing we've done to London since the Revolutionary War. Sending Jacksonville. and
So
New
you're
England
saying
down
this is
to
worse? You're saying this is worse than the War of 1812 when we probably slaughtered
Maybe.
thousands of.
Maybe.
Okay, I gotcha. Okay.
But
So it goes first the Revolutionary War, and then second Patriots versus Jaguars in London. Okay.
This is the best we have. No,
I think Jaguars probably win. Trevor Lawrence sucks. No, I'm just kidding.
Drake May getting his second start, and it's in London.
Is he a dog?
Drake May?
Yeah.
I mean, he might have some potential. I just don't think their team is any good.
His brother had some highlights of him playing basketball. It was crazy.
Drake May playing basketball?
I don't know if I thought it was his brother. No, it probably
Well,
was.
Drake
his
May,
brother,
yeah.
I can't remember if it's Luke or
I think Luke. Yeah,
he's the one. I can't remember what year it was, but he had a buzzer beater against Kentucky in the NCAA
Shit was
tournament.
tough, wasn't
I
it?
remember
Yeah.
that.
What school do you play for?
North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Is he in the NBA at all?
I'm not entirely
to be
sure.
determined.
Yeah,
But I think I don't know. I think the Jags might cover 5.5.
I think Jags win.
yeah.
I might just take the under though, honestly.
It's gonna be very, very low scoring.
Oh,
Yeah.
we need to do our parlay next week, guys. So this episode was kind of us getting kind of back into it because we've been out.
If
but
you want to look at FanDuel, y'all can come up with a play.
I'll do it next week.
Okay. We'll have a $1 million parlay segment
We'll
starting
post it on
next
our
week.
stories.
We'll have all three of us will have one pick. We'll put in a parlay, and whoever loses the parlay, will have a punishment.
God, I'm about to be punished every week.
We'll go.
Pause.
We'll go. Whoa. We'll go. If we all go 0-3, then we'll just throw each other a big pizza party in consolidation.
If Skylar loses his bet, he's gonna have to eat a whole bag of those apple,
God, dude.
apple Sour Patch Kids.
Bro, no.
You're like, please.
I'll throw up.
We legit need to do like a buzz cut though for one of us. And I-
Not me. I'm not doing that. We can give you a buzz cut. I mean,
Well,
we're pretty much already
I
there.
guess my hair is the longest technically.
Yeah.
yeah.
Just don't
Even
just
though
don't
it's
lose
not
your
that
play.
long.
Chat, am I balding? I don't think I am. I think I just have a maturing hairline. But Mackenzie thinks I'm gonna go bald, and I honestly I can understand it because it goes up right here. But I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
The Titans at Buffalo. Bills favored 8.5. Go ahead and take that line if you'd like.
Titans are pulling off the upset. Will Levis is throwing for 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
I was gonna say, what viral clip is he gonna have this week?
He
Damn.
he
He took out the ball boy last
yeah.
week.
Did you see that, Jacob? They brought the ball boy out on a stretcher, dude. That's not funny, dude. That's not funny.
Moment of silence for the ball boy.
It was a leg injury.
Dude.
One of the
Oh my God! Did you see the Detroit Lions Aiden Hutchinson injury?
Oh
That
yeah,
was-
dude.
Dude,
God.
Yeah.
that required a stretcher, legit. I don't know
Yeah.
about this ball boy action, getting hit by a football, which probably didn't
No,
hurt.
he got hit by a full-on Will Levis running out of
Oh,
bounds.
okay. That probably. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that injury was gross though.
But that Aiden Hutchinson one was ridiculous. You saw it warp around that dude's.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert: he
Yeah.
broke his leg.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
fractured
my
tibia.
God, it was worse than Anderson Silva when he.
It was like the exact
it
same.
was
injury.
literally was like that.
Yeah.
Like by the end of it, it was
His leg just wrapped around the other guy's leg.
Gosh, dude, awful.
Anyways, we're gonna move on past that. One of the most exciting games of the weekend in the NFL, and I don't think that this is any bias coming from me.
Packers.
The Texans at Green Bay.
Okay.
CJ Stroud versus Jordan Love.
Oh.
And I will show a picture right now. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. I'll show a picture right now of our uniforms. The Packers are doing the whiteout.
Okay, so
White helmets,
CJ
white
Stroud
jerseys.
is going to go into Green Bay and outperform Jordan Love on all measurements. Like, no doubt. Jordan Love's going to throw 1 pick. CJ Stroud's going to have 0 picks. CJ Stroud's going to throw for 220 yards. Jordan Love, he may be lucky to get past 80.
The Texans are pretty good, man. Their offense is good. I think our defense is really good. Our offense is starting to click.
Oh.
Texans defense.
What
They're
time?
pretty
If
decent.
I'm completely right, and I was just kidding, that's gonna be so funny. But
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be right.
No, I think the Packers are favored 2.5. I don't like that. A lot of times when we play at Lambeau and it's a line like this, we were favored 2.5 against the Vikings, and we were down 28-0 in the second quarter. We scored a
Came back,
touchdown.
though. Right.
We scored a touchdown right before half, and then with that outscored them 29-3, but it just wasn't enough.
You know,
we
was
got
that
down.
was that 1 point difference?
It was 31-29 final.
Wow. Well, we'll see. It'll be a good game. It'll
Yeah.
definitely be a good game.
That's something I'm excited
I'll take
for.
Texans.
Texans,
Yeah.
not a bad pick.
Here you go.
I'll also take the Texans.
It-
I'm sorry, buddy.
It's honestly hard to. I mean, it's such a close game. It'll be a good matchup. But
Let's
anything could
see.
happen. That Bengals Ravens game, literally, the Bengals were up by 10 the whole time. Well, second quarter on. You know. And
Speaking speaking of Cincinnati, Bengals at Browns favored 6.5.
Which
Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Diddy Watson. Deshaun Diddy Watson is throwing for 800 yards. He hit
800.
with no Amari Cooper. He got
Yeah,
up to the-
Amari
to the
Cooper.
Bills
Oh, yeah, we
today.
need to get into this. Amari Cooper got traded to the Bills, as well as Davante Adams rejoining Aaron Rodgers.
Did you see him on the Pat McAfee show?
the New York
Yeah, that was
Packers?
pretty funny.
Did you see
Yeah,
him
I
on
was
the?
watching
Yeah,
it.
that was cool. I don't know who Amari Cooper is.
Okay, he played. He was
I'm
wide
a
receiver.
casual.
He's a wide receiver for the Cowboys. Got drafted by them before CD Lamb for a couple years, and then got traded to the Browns 2 years ago.
Well,
3 years
actually, he
ago.
was. I think he started his career in Oakland.
Oakland. Yeah, I think you are right.
Did y'all see that song that Cowboys? I think I sent it to you, or you may have seen it.
I don't know.
It was about the Cowboys. Like,
My prayers go out to Matthew and Weldon Smith,
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
two closest
Cowboy
Yeah.
fans.
Cowboy
yeah.
fans.
Literally, the song was like, "Dak, why do you throw it? It makes no sense. Dak, why did you just throw it to the defense?" Dude, I'm telling you, the Lions put an ass whooping on the Cowboys.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad.
Throwing it
was
to
a bad
linemen
game.
and all that. I mean, that's crazy.
The Washington Commanders at home against the Panthers -7.5.
Oh yeah, Washington win. I'm rooting for Jayden Daniels.
I am too.
He
I do
seems
like
a good
him.
dude.
Was Bryce getting his starting spot back?
I don't know. Andy Dalton's
At
the
some
MVP
point.
of the year, so
I don't think so.
I personally wouldn't bench Andy Dalton. He's gonna be the MVP of the league in the next 5 years. So I'm just full of hot takes tonight.
Yeah, no.
Hey, don't doubt the
can
Red
see
Rocket.
that.
What the hell?
Hey,
What was Prime Big Red like?
We got
Taking us to be 10-5, taking us to lose in the wild card every year.
Oh man.
That's Andy Dalton ceiling right there.
No, yeah.
we got the Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift Chiefs at the 49ers. 49ers.
Oh, a
it's-
Super Bowl rematch?
Yeah, it's basically a pick 'em. 49ers -1.5.
Yeah, that's. I mean,
Who y'all got in that one?
well,
Oh, Jacob Fine took the glasses off.
it's getting serious.
Oh,
I heard that the Chiefs paid the rest for this one.
yeah.
49ers are probably going to win, though. So I think there's going to be some awful calls. 49ers are going to win this one, and then they may get back together in the Super Bowl,
Think so?
and the Chiefs will three-peat. I hate
I
that.
hope not.
I
dude.
hope not, to goodness. But I feel like it usually happens when there's like a Super Bowl rematch or something like that.
Yeah.
Like the other team will win because they feel like they make it up, and the other team, they won the Super Bowl, so they're like, it doesn't mean as
Yeah.
much. So 49ers probably win. Is it at 49ers?
Yeah, at San Fran. Who you got, Griff?
I'm going to take the 49ers.
But it's not, if you go with the Chiefs, who you got?
I'll take Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably going
I'm
to be
tired
right.
of betting against Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not
stop
going to put
doing
money
that.
against him. I would never bet against him because he's got him
refs
and the
on his
refs
side.
on his side, literally. Like, I think the moment he overthrows it and a guy goes for it and he doesn't get it, that flag's coming out. There's going to be like 20 flags on the field for pass interference.
We got another pick'em game for Sunday Night Football. First time we'll get to see Davante and Aaron back together. Jets at Steelers. Jets favored -1.5.
Oh, Jets easy.
I
I
think.
heard that the Steelers are going to start Russell Wilson this
Yeah.
week. So
Yeah,
Why?
I did see that.
Who was starting?
Justin Fields.
What happened with that?
I don't
I don't know.
know.
They're 4-2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Makes no sense.
They should pull a Florida and just has that ever been a thing in the NFL?
2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
They say if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks.
Yep.
Why?
You just don't
Dude.
have the one.
I was telling Mackenzie's dad, I was like, if I was a head coach, I'd be fired within the first 2 weeks. I'd go for like every fourth down.
Yeah.
You know, I'd have like 2 quarterbacks. Like, I don't know. It'd be fantasy altogether. But I don't know. I guess they saw something in Justin Fields they didn't like.
I think if anybody benefits with this move with Davante Adams for the Jets, I think the main beneficiary will be Garrett Wilson,
Oh, really?
wide receiver.
Because
Yeah.
he'll get some openings.
Yeah.
Because
They can't just focus on him. They're going to have to focus
bring
on
more threats
him,
in, you're gonna have
him and
more.
Davante.
Yeah.
I mean, who's going to be a wide receiver one? You gotta make the main focus one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
You spread it out too much, then middle of the field is open, and you got Brees Hall. Yeah, give me the Jets, man.
Yeah,
Give me the
Jets
for
easy.
that.
Yeah.
Jets are going to go on a cool, mean 3-game winning streak, and then
Yeah.
they're going to finish the season 6-11.
Okay. More hot takes. Monday Night Football, Ravens at Tampa Bay, -3.5 for Baltimore. I know who you're going to say, Jacob.
Give me Baker.
Who is it again?
Ravens at Bucks.
Oh. Yeah, I love Lamar. He's just a dog. And honestly, the run game's gotten better, as a team aspect. You add Derrick Henry to the mix.
Yeah.
God, Ravens are crazy this year. And I'm not even like a Ravens glazer like that. But, I mean, obviously, you add Derrick Henry with Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
It's shown that it is the real deal. So, yeah, give me Ravens, baby.
There's one that
What do you think?
I'll take the Ravens.
I need Pat McAfee to sing like the Cleveland Browns or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers song or whatever, and then give me Baltimore.
I was at the Morgan Wallen show in Tampa
Oh really?
when I was in Florida. Yeah, it was a hell of a show, man.
He puts on a hell of a show, doesn't he?
It was awesome. One game that I brushed over. I didn't see it. It's a 1:00 game. Vikings host the Lions. Minnesota -2.5. Minnesota is undefeated, coming off a bye week. Detroit lost Aiden Hutchinson, but they beat the ever living crap out of Dallas. So, what do you got?
Minnesota. They'll probably stay undefeated till about 10 or 11 games in.
Really, double digits with no
I'm
loss.
taking Detroit.
I'm gonna take Detroit too.
Jared Goff's just been playing too good these last couple weeks.
It's at Detroit. They don't really lose at home much.
Yeah, but they've not.
Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. It's in Minnesota.
I was about to say they've not encountered Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I mean it'll be a fun game to watch.
Quote
for
it.
Sure.
Minnesota's winning. It's gonna be a close game, but Minnesota's gonna win. The funniest thing with Justin Tucker, this is kind of irrelevant, but the most Detroit way to lose a game was for Justin Tucker to break the field goal length record. Because I was showing my girl him breaking the record.
Yeah, what was it? Like
67.
67? Yeah, a couple years ago, right?
He was like, they had like 3 seconds left. And it was just like the most Detroit way to do it. Yeah, Detroit. So their home advantage is not as strong as we think. Minnesota's going to win.
It is.
And
it
they,
is at Minnesota.
Oh, okay. Well, even better. Minnesota's going to win. Griffin had me all fucked up. He was saying, is that Detroit?
So we got anything else?
No, I'm
for
tired,
this
man.
week?
I gotta
I
go.
know it's 10:00.
I gotta go. I got work.
$1 Million Radio Song of the Week. Y'all got it?
Yep, I do. Go ahead, Griffin.
All right.
Okay, you're not prepared, are you?
I'm sort of prepared.
Oh
but
God.
Let me at least make sure I don't donk this any.
I've got one.
Go ahead.
Let me pull up the album real quick, see what year it's from, because it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. 1999.
Can I guess it?
Yeah, go ahead. You're
Okay,
not gonna
just give me a
get
genre.
it. Yeah, rock.
Creed.
Nope.
Oh damn, that's it.
Is the album blue?
Nope.
Is it Nickelback?
Nope.
I
Album called Make Yourself by Incubus.
love Incubus.
yo,
I love
okay.
Incubus.
The song Pardon
Me. Yeah.
Yeah.
I said it first. No, I'm just kidding. No, dude. That's
You got the
that's such a
DJ
good-
scratch track throughout the song, man.
What a
It's
pull.
That is such a good pull, honestly.
Yeah.
You know, I was
Pardon Me by Incubus. Go check it out. It's an oldie but a goodie, man. I grew up on songs like that, especially
Dude.
that one.
I'm gonna do 2 songs. Is that okay?
Oh,
'Cause
no, it's not. Go ahead, Jacob. Go
I
ahead.
literally just because of that
No rules on this
because
show.
you did an Incubus song.
Okay.
I'll do an Incubus song as well.
Okay.
And so my Incubus song of the week is Anomaly, but spelled like a name, Anna Molly by Incubus. It's on the Light Grenades album. That's such a good song. You ever heard it?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you're not a true Incubus fan.
All right.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'll
Check
take
it out, though. It's
I'll take it.
Anna Molly by Incubus. Great chorus. Great song. Their singer is so good.
Yeah.
If you get a chance to like look up Incubus live, you can hear how good he is. He's the real deal, and I've always been a big fan of him and just their style. It's so cool with the scratch track, like you were saying, and so 90s.
Yeah.
I love it,
really
though. Nothing beats the 90s music era, in my opinion. I mean, honestly, until now, though, now's the best time to make music. But my other music pick, real quick, sorry, Griffin, is Vor by Sleep Token.
Yeah. I saw you post that the other day. Yeah. Yesterday.
Just today, actually.
Oh, just today? It's been a long day.
Yeah, it's been a hell long day. But Vor by Sleep Token, it's been on repeat today. Love Sleep Token. It's like I'll discover a song or I'll just hear a song and it'll just hit every right note and I'll just keep playing it. So this happens every now and then. So Vor by Sleep Token and Amari by Incubus. Check those out.
What about you, Griff?
I'm going to throw it back how you did, but I'm going to go a little bit further and go to
Griffin throwing it back.
1995. And my song of the week is going to be All Mixed Up by 311.
Oh, I love 311.
Okay.
He played some on the way here.
Nice.
We carpooled. We're good for the environment.
Unlike Taylor Swift.
Unlike Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Was it?
Oh, it was All Mixed Up.
By
All
311.
Mixed Up by 311. Vor from Sleep Token and Amali from Incubus. Pardon Me from Incubus. All right, guys.
All right.
That's the end of the show.
Yeah.
Episode 7.
I'll be a little more organized next week. Sorry, I think at the end of every episode I have to give a little self-analysis, but
Okay.
I'll be a little more organized next week. I was just really excited to be back on because it's been forever. So
Like a kid in a candy shop.
literally, the Sour Patch Kid apples got me going crazy. But we're probably gonna do it. Hopefully, maybe we'll do it next Monday or so. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But,
These nights go long, man.
been really excited to get back on. It's been so fun.
Oh, yeah.
Did you have fun, Griffin?
I had a blast.
And we are using one mic for us two.
Yeah.
Because we had some technical difficulties. Next week, we'll hit you with a new technical difficulty.
Yeah. We just don't know what it
see
is
what it
until
is.
it
Also,
happens.
we'll introduce a segment called "Why Would You Do That, Man?" Is that what it is?
The parlay segment.
Yep.
How did we say it, though? I'm gonna have to
Come
go
on,
back.
man.
No, it's not.
Well, we're stealing Randy Moss's thing. If it's
Yeah,
come
that's-
on,
Oh man,
It's
I
not
don't know
come
what
on,
it is.
man.
Then.
I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah.
I don't remember. It's been a long day, long episode.
Why would
It's
you
been
do
a
that?
good one, though.
What is it? Why would you? I don't know. But yeah, good episode. We'll be back next week. We'll start getting back on it, I think. So yeah,
Let's go, Vols. Beat Bama.
Bama hate week.
Feels like 22.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like
Don't do this,
2022. Oh, horns
Horns
down.
down.
Ooh. That'll get
Ashton
you a
Genty
flag.
for Heisman.
Ashton Genty for Heisman. Vols beat Bama. Georgia beats Texas. Packers beat the shit out of the Texans.
I knew that
Yeah.
was going to happen.
Yeah.
All right, go Vols, baby. We'll see you.
We'll see y'all. Thanks for watching. This has been episode 7 of $1 Million Radio. And as always, we'll see you next time.